Hey, how's it going? Brian here from rvwithtito.com, and in this video we're going to take a look at the very latest mobile cellular signal booster release from WEBOOST. Now this is new for May 2019, and this is the Drive Reach. Now this is the successor to the very popular Drive 4G-X mobile booster from WEBOOST, which has been out for several years. This one obviously is much nicer and newer. It's nice and red, but I actually bought one of the original Drive 4G-X boosters when they first came out years ago, and I still have it, and here it is. This is the original Drive 4G-X booster. You can see it's got like 4 lights. It's metal, you know, pretty solid, still works really well, and over the years they've changed to this new design, and it's got more of a plastic, maybe it's metal front, but it's more lightweight, single indicator light, and this is the latest Drive 4G-X unit. Now with the Reach, it's back to a kind of a more heavy metal and now red look to this. It really looks nice. Single indicator light here. Now both the Drive 4G-X and the Drive Reach come with similar components. They have a small external antenna and a small internal antenna. Here's the external antenna. This is the it's a magnetically mounted antenna, goes right on your car, and this small internal antenna goes inside your car. With both units you get a 50 dB gain out of them, but WEBOOST claims that the Reach here is actually the more powerful of the two signal boosters. So we're going to dive into why that is and do some side-by-side testing to see which one actually gives us a better signal. So let's just get to it. Now the first thing I should point out here is that the Drive Reach here is a mobile cellular signal booster. So like the Drive 4G-X, it's designed to be used in a motorized vehicle, especially if you find yourself moving through areas that have a very weak cellular signal, or maybe you'd like a 4G signal, but you know you can only get like a 3G or maybe even a 1X kind of signal. A booster might even be able to boost that up to say a 4G signal for you. Now I've been using one for years in our RV, especially when we like to go camping in very remote areas, and it's amazing the type of signal that you can get with a booster, where before you may not have gotten anything usable at all. So it's really a great unit to have, especially if you find yourself in these remote or you know, weak signal areas. Now I've done a lot of reviews and videos about WEBOOST boosters, specifically in an RV application. So if you're interested in checking those out, I've done a lot of videos about that, and I'll put a link to a playlist that you can watch here on my channel. There's also information about a discount if you're interested in picking up a booster or any WEBOOST product and you want to save a few bucks. So I'll drop information down there in the description about that as well. Now my first impression of the Drive Reach obviously is it's pretty good looking. I like the red look to it, you know, over the black, you know, their Drive 4G-X. Not that this is something that you're gonna just display out in the open and then you're gonna show it off. Hey, look at my fancy booster. You know, you're probably gonna have it tucked away in a cupboard or under your car seat or something like that. So it's not a huge deal, but in terms of branding and you know what you get when you open the box, like a oh, beautiful looking booster. The other things that came with the kit, nothing unexpected. These things are really easy to set up. There isn't much to do. There's an external antenna here, this little magnetic mount antenna that you know, goes right on your metal roof, sticks to it pretty solidly, and a long cable that comes in and hooks in to the booster. And there's an internal antenna with this unit right here, and another long cable that you can run inside your vehicle. And it also comes with a nice power adapter that hooks into your DC plug in your vehicle. It even has a nice USB charging port in here as well. And what I kind of like about this one too is it has a power button, so you can leave this plugged in, you can hit the button and turn the device on and off, so you don't have to constantly just pull the plug out. So that's a nice feature. You don't have to permanently install these. In fact, I've used my Drive 4G-X in multiple vehicles, constantly taking it out, moving it to another vehicle when I want to. Okay, so why does WEBOOST claim that the Drive Reach is a more powerful signal booster over the Drive 4G-X? Now the reason is because the Drive Reach, as they claim, has a higher uplink power level, which means that the signal transmitted back to the cell tower is at a higher level. So what this allows the Reach to be able to do is access cell towers that are further away. So I guess you could say it can reach those towers from a further distance than the 4G-X can. So the claim is that by boosting the uplink power, you'll get a better overall signal from cell towers that are further away over the Drive 4G-X. So I guess that gives you a better overall signal. It's kind of difficult to test signal boosters because there are so many factors that can affect your signal level and boost level at any given time. So really the best way that I found to do it is to do a comparison between boosters at the same time under the same conditions. So let's test the Reach side by side with the Drive 4G-X and see what we get. Now I have the internal Drive 4G-X antenna here on the right and the internal Reach antenna here on the left, and both antennas, both of the external antennas are up on the roof. Now I'm gonna just power on one at a time when I'm testing it, so I won't have them both running at the same time. To get a baseline signal level here, before we boost anything, I'm gonna use this app called Network Cell Info Lite, and right now it's giving me negative 111, negative 113 dB, so pretty poor signal. I'm just going to let it sit here and move around for a little bit and see if we can get something at an average that we can use as our baseline. So you can see here in the top levels, there's my signal level. If I can get that to focus, they're negative, what, 113, 114. We'll do best case, negative 111. Now I'm also going to do a little speed test. I use this application called, this little app called Fast, and the reason I like it is because this is actually put up by Netflix, so it tests your Netflix speed, and you know, we watch a lot of Netflix when we're on the road, so so that's a good thing to have. So I got a 3.4, a 3.5, and a 3.7. So let's just go with 3.6. as our download. Okay, upload, it gave me 2.2. So I got 2.7, 2.2. I'm gonna go with, let's go with 2.5 for upload. I'm gonna start with the Drive 4G-X. All right, so on my Verizon network, with the Drive 4G-X right now, I'm only getting a gain of about 10 dB. So even though these will go up to like 50 dB, right now I'm only getting about 10 dB of boost. So that's why I said the conditions are going to vary. It's very difficult to test these things. Okay, now I just turned on the Drive Reach and I got a solid green light, so it says it's good to go. Now let's test my signal level here. Negative 91. So already it's much better than the Drive 4G-X was giving me. Negative 85, 86. 87. Let's just go with negative 89 is probably a good average. Okay, I ran a few tests going back and forth between the Drive 4G-X and the Reach. And each time I would switch my phone into airplane mode just to kind of reset everything, and before I did the other tests and powered up the other booster. Now this took a bit of time because I did it about 3 or 4 times, but here's what I found out. So let's talk about the data speed. So the speed where I would download data and do an upload test. Going through that a few times, what I found out is that between the Drive 4G-X and the Reach, they were about the same on average. So not a huge difference between those two boosters on upload and download speed. Where there was a difference was on the overall signal level. What I found was that the Drive Reach gave me a slightly better boost over the Drive 4G-X by about 5 dB. Not huge, but there was an improvement over the Drive 4G-X. I was able to do a second test of the booster in this remote location here where we happen to be, and I was quite surprised with the results. Now when we arrived, we didn't really have a signal at all. We had a 1X signal on our phone that's without any kind of boost, and definitely nothing usable for internet. Now that was our goal, was to be able to get online and do stuff on the internet, so we needed a 4G signal at best to do that. Now the first attempt was to use our existing booster here in the RV, which is a Connect 65, which has a 65 dB boost, up to a 65 dB boost, which is even more than the Drive 4G-X. So we fired it up. I first tried it with this omnidirectional antenna that came with the Drive 4G-X RV kit, and I was able to get an okay 3G signal out of that. And I also carry a directional antenna that came with the Connect 65 kit, and I was able to dial it in and get a really good 3G signal using that antenna pointed right at where I figured the tower was. Now that was still a 3G signal, not a 4G signal, and really we wanted a 4G signal so that we could get online and do stuff. And I figured that was really the best that we're going to get using this Connect 65 booster with both antenna options. But I thought it would be a good test to try the Reach just to see what it would do, and I was quite shocked. So I powered down the other booster and connected up all the components for the Drive Reach, and when I got it all up and running, I fired up my phone, checked my signal level. I was actually able to get a 4G signal using the Reach, and that was giving me 2, 3, sometimes even 4 bars, and we're able to get a usable internet connection from that. So pretty impressed with that result. Now I suppose that reason for that is because the Reach was able to access a cell tower that was in a more distant location than the other booster could access. So I guess that's testament to the benefit of the Reach, is having that increase in uplink power. Now, yeah, I guess that's the big result I wanted to share. It looks like the Reach does have an advantage over the Drive 4G-X and the Connect 65 and other boosters from the mobile set of products from WEBOOST. So I hope you enjoyed this this review and you got something out of it. If you're interested in picking up a booster, want to save a few bucks, go to WEBOOST.com, and if you want to save a few bucks, use the coupon code that I'm going to share with you in the description. So go check that out, and I'll also drop some links to these to the Reach if you want to check it out. So take care, and I'll see you later.